me.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Get out of the way.
Hello and welcome to Office Hours with Amber. I have a knife. I'm Amber. Breaking news, I just got a special delivery from my bestie friend Ashley. She got me some tubing mascara because she's so freaking smart and I'm so excited to use this. This is not what's on my eyelashes right now, but man, what a birthday gift. So excited. I'm going to look in that earlier. Ashley, if you're watching, shout out to you. Banjo was barking at the door, so I was like, well, let's just handle it. Okay. Thanks for coming. My name's Amber. This is Office Hours with Amber, weekly live stream series. This is season 2, which is Engineering Improv, where every week I spin a wheel and it's full of my backlog, good idea tasks that I think would improve my business and the systems. Last week, I spun the wheel and I found it landed on creating digital assets, or essentially something people can download from my website or YouTube video or whatever to kind of take with them, and as they use it they're like, oh, this is kind of nice, I want more things like this. Then they know to reach out to me to get more work like that done. I've seen other people do it, like, and it doesn't ever have to be like specifically related to your exact business function. Like Layla Garani, she had a PDF downloadable file of how to do a Rubik's Cube. And I love that thing. And the way that she broke down the instructions were so good, which when you like someone's instructions and the way that they present information, you're like, what else does she have? So then you go looking around more. And so I wanted to create a digital asset for my business to show people, showcase kind of my skills and my projects that's actually providing value to someone. So last week I decided for Good Trade Depot, since they're doing a pricing change here shortly, I wanted to build a customer cost estimation tool, because in logistics, fulfillment, production, there's so many little itty bitty tiny things that you could possibly need to total up. So instead of doing the napkin math of saying, well, I think we're going to produce 5,000 and I think it's going to be this, and there's about 4 cents per can for a lid, and then it's kind of this and that. No. We don't mess with napkin math. It works in a pinch. But guess what? I'm not here to be pinching people. I'm here to give them better stuff. But 2 things. So my birthday is coming up on April 5th. Happy 31st to me. We might do a special Easter special on April 6th. Similar to last year, I did like a whole birthday special, but we'll see how I'm feeling. But with that, my mom and I went shopping this weekend, and she hired me an assistant. Pretty exciting. Would you like to meet the assistant? So, the assistant's name is Reggie. And Reggie has his own purse as well. Oh my God, did I lose Reggie? I lost my assistant already. How sad. Oh my gosh, where did Reggie go? Banjo, did you take Reggie? Man, this bit was gonna be funny. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Now this bit's like super duper not funny. This is like very reminiscent of my childhood. I had this little joke book, and in this joke book, I'm actually concerned. That's so funny that I lost. One moment. We're finding Reggie. This is not worth the bit, I promise you. But once your brain is on a task, it's like, well, I can't get off the task until I... Banjo, did you steal Reggie? Okay. This bit's not funny anymore. No, Reggie didn't get left on a pallet. I just had him. But he looks like a stuffed animal that has a purse that's just like this. And that's what I've been keeping my business cards in. Banjo, you stole Reggie. Okay, this is this is really dumb. That's it. Reggie holds my business cards. So Yeah, that's it. Everyone say hi to Reggie. Oh my god, I can't believe I just had a panic attack about a small little bear. Anyways, Banjo, this is not for you. Oh my gosh, if you could see Banjo right now. Come here. He is feral looking at Reginald. How dare you? Not for you. Okay, that was like super not funny. um, so the thing about me growing up is that I had this little joke book. Not for you either. Gosh. Go find a real toy. Not a knife either. Oh my god. Okay, you can't see it, but Banjo just keeps trying to eat the things that are over there. Okay, here. You could play with a sticky note. Have a ball. That was stressful. Okay, you might hear a little bit of ruckus back there. Anyways, growing up, I had a little joke book, and what I would do is I would read the joke, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this one's gonna land." I'd run out. I'd put the joke book away. I'd run out to my parents, and I would start to say the joke, and I'd forget the punchline. But I'd already also be laughing because I know the punchline's coming. I would tell half of a joke, and then I'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute." Yes, Ashley. The first minute was me talking about how stoked I am about this because I already know you're on the tubing mascara game. Anyways, my inability to tell a joke, even to this day, I'm entertaining, but I'm not funny. I would run out, not tell the joke, be laughing, go back to the room, get the punchline, come back out, and then I'd say the punchline, and no one would laugh because that's not how jokes and timing works. So, don't quit your day job, Toots. Yikes! It didn't even play all the way. Wait. Don't quit your day job, Toots. Yikes. I also learned how to use the record function on my computer with the new microphone. And so we have some new sound bits. Wow. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful angel queen princess girl. Thank you so much. I don't know who that was, but she sounds really nice and pretty. Anyways, for today's episode, I want to finish projects that I start. And so today I'll be working on the cost estimator. It might be a little boring because I'm just going to be working. But yeah, I'm going to set a timer for 50 minutes and I'm just going to try to get as much as I can. Not the best of drum rolls, but like I think she'll do. For today's beverage of choice, we're back on night shift. Speaking of which, Ashley, I pre-corrected earlier, don't worry. How did you like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I had bread earlier, and when I took a slurp of this earlier, a little bit of my bread went on the lid, so that's embarrassing for me. Ashley, how did you like the night shift energy? I will say a few content warnings. I only usually drink like half of one because 225 milligrams, a little much for me, but the first half, and then I put the rest in the fridge, and then I drink the rest of it like kind of the next day. Oh my gosh, thank you, Bridget. Thank you. Today, night shift, so excited. You loved it? Oh my gosh, good. I also love it. Truly, and I don't think you should be mixing Ritalin with night shift energy, but we're blasting off today. Oh, so good. I haven't even ventured out to their other flavors yet. I'm just too stuck on the blueberry. I know, Banjo. We just want to eat things. Yeah, microdosing night shift. The other thing, ooh, cutting it with ginger ale and Sprite. That's a good idea. The other thing is they're selling like these little packets, so you can like mix them in water, which I think even makes it even super duper microdosable, because you don't need like a whole 12 ounces to get where you need to go. All I'm saying is, side note, is I'm working with the night shift team to potentially get some cutie glassware because I like to drink nonsense like energy drinks out of pretty glasses because it just little mixy mix. So anyways, if I end up getting a fun glass, I'll let you know which Etsy place I get it from. But the link's in the bio if you would like to look at their website, which is really beautifully decorated. They look super duper official. Okay, so today. I don't like that some of the sprinkled on. Oh my gosh, could you imagine sprinkling the night shift powder on top of like breakfast? That's wild. I will tell them about that because that's hilarious. But yes, today we'll be continuing this beautiful tool that I started last week. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear what everyone is been working on, experimenting with, doing. I'm gonna get some music going. And then I looked at last week's, and you couldn't even hear the music, and I was talking about it for a while, so we'll see. Because I don't want it to be overbearing and like distracting, but I also don't want you to have to listen to me breathe for 50 minutes. Unless you want to. That's totally your prerogative. I don't tell you what to do with your life. Okay. Let's do it. This one makes me laugh. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful angel queen princess girl. So good. If anyone has any suggested sound clips or sound bites to put on my little deck here, I will take any of them. Bridget, you know what you should do? You should find your favorite Hannah Montana transition segment, and then I want to add it to the thing. I think it's super copywritten, but I don't make money on the stream anyway, so what do I give a damn? Except for I am listening to this is Stream Kitty playlists, and they say that they're like stream friendly because I'm trying to do right by people. It's just difficult. But now that I know I can record things, oh my gosh, what I should do is I should try to record and beat labs my own Hannah Montana transitions, like ooh ooh ooh. Yeah, we can record your singing. Yeah, perfect. We'll layer you, me, and Marissa. Okay, I'm gonna get to work. But I would love to hear what everyone else is working on. Now, there's a meme where it's like, all right, we're going to make the plan. The plan is great. We're making the plan. Here's the steps for the plan. Now it's time to do the plan. And then the characters like take a break and never do the plan. Never do the plan. Also, side note, I got these from Meyer yesterday. I can't tell if they were going for apple or peach, but it's pink, so I'm gonna say peach. And that doesn't really even show how sparkly they are, but you know the vibes. Okay, I'm locking in one detail at a time. Like, I think I need to do one at a time, like one section at a time. And the most useful is probably going to be the fulfillment. I don't wanna. One section at a time. One section at a time. My desk is a disaster. One section at a time. Put this away. But yes, what are we all working on this week? What are our goals? Now, this is where sometimes there might be different prices for these depending on their volumes. And that's where I almost want to do just like I don't need to overcomplicate this. I'm guessing I've already built a formula calculator before, and so what I'd probably do, or what I plan to do with the formula, like breaking down the ingredients, is because when people are given a formula, it's usually like per 100 gallons, per 1,000 gallons, per whatever, but they don't do it per can. And if you do it in a 12-ounce can versus a 16-ounce can, we're gonna make that like a secondary venture, because we're not going for perfect today. This is going to be a really cool tool by the end of it. But today we're trying to focus on just costs. And ingredients is not something that we procure internally anyway. But what I'll plan to do in the future is take the formula calculator and based on their formula, have it do a per can rate where they can put in their like orderable units per ingredient, because some things are in kilograms, some things are in pounds and whatever. Get that all to like the per can or per gallon rating, and then have that be able, basically you have to scale all the way down to 1 to scale all the way back up. And so I'm not going to do too much with that today, but just like they're going to be able to input their own formula and all their ingredients and all their prices per whatever units, and that will spit out the numbers that go in here. But that's not a today's problem. We'll just make some fragrant guesses with that. I don't like. Because the problem is when I drag this down, I wonder if I have my OI robot still attached. Oh, I didn't reinstall it. That's too bad. Wait, maybe I did. Yes. Oh, there's an update. Let's see if that fills the way I think it is. Yay! A genius. And I don't care about cents at the moment. Maybe I should. Maybe I don't. I don't. Okay, question. If this, and depending on who might be able to answer, the variable is dollars per can, but the number over here is dollars. So would I put dollars per can or dollars? Or should I even... Because these aren't dollars per can. This is like total dollars. So shouldn't it be like two rows of like ingredients and then ingredient cost? I don't care enough. That's okay. What are we doing? I don't know if that'll throw error. We're just gonna do 0. That's fine. That's fine. Now, the nice thing is, in this circumstance, let's say they end up getting, like, they don't, like, if the minimum order quantity for cans is not exactly in 5,000 increment, then they could just put, like, 5,000, and then, like, maybe their invoice said 5,000. Then they could just change that in this current batch to that number. Not suggested, but for a free giveaway thing, that's okay with me. Okay. Oops. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Not my favorite, but this is what I'd call machete through the forest, like Excel usage of just like getting some numbers to happen, because much like writers, you can edit a page with words on it. You can't edit a blank page. So this is me practicing microdosing imperfection, and it's killing me. And then we'll corkscrew our demand plan. What I don't love about the current landscape of what I'm wanting to do is some clients will sell in 12 packs, 24 packs, 8 packs, 4 packs, etc. So there's part of me. Right now I'm only building as if they have one pack style, which would be suggested when you're starting, just to decrease some complexity on your side. So maybe I just start with 12 packs, because that's traditionally what people are selling in anyway. And then as people are like, I would love to see this for a different can size or a different pack size, then I can change later. I'm only doing one pack size for now, because eventually you can sell into multiple different channels with multiple different sizes and multiple different brands and blah. So we'll just one at a time. This is a giveaway, not a full project. I have to keep reminding myself. But I am gonna change that to be That's 12. And really, demand planning should be after cases sold. But I kind of want kind of like a cash flow, like that's what people are doing all of this for. So putting it, there we go. I don't know what I want to call that. It's not like demand plan. It's because you're not planning in this. This is just like a demand sales. Overview. Yeah, we'll do that. And this can only be yeah, we'll do that. Cool. Okay. 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 Great. Yeah. Okay. Seems like an overstep, but this will make sense. Cases per layer, layers per pallet. Because this gets people confused often, and if you don't sell in complete layers, sometimes it is a pain in the ass. 27, 10 equals this times this equals what? Oh. Not what I wanted. I'm going to pull in cases produced, cases, that's Yeah, 500 cans would be that. We are microdosing night shift. ASMR. Wait. It's just so tasty. Which, Matt, if you read up a few comments, Ashley has some electric ideas. Sprinkling the night shift powder on yogurt in the breakfast. Hilarious. But also might be really effective, especially the blueberry one. Yeah. And then also cutting it with ginger ale or Sprite. Little cocktail, little mocktail. It's, yeah. Once I realized, okay, this is a quick side note, interjection. I was at a cocktail bar and I was talking to a friend and I was like, yeah, I just like cocktails for the taste. They're kind of fun. And she was like, crazy idea. They actually, all the fun beverages taste better without the alcohol in them. And like, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, actually, I just want a reason to like mix all of these like interesting fruits and flavors and things all together. And like really those fun things they throw on it is to cover up the vodka. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, don't get me wrong. I still love a little vodka. But then I realized like, wait, you can just order mocktails. Girl understands she has free will. Eventually I'll learn what I want to use these buttons for. Oh no, that one disconnected. Just kidding. That one. Exactly. Don't quit your day job, toots. It's tough out here. Okay. Whoa. Not what I meant to do. Wait a minute. Oh, divide. Ugh. Okay. Let me... The total, yeah. That, all of this will be subject to a little bit of, I'm gonna say quote unquote cost to produce, because tolling is like a quoted. I'm gonna put that in there. You started listening to The Goal. How's it going? So Matt, that idea, like listening and following along the book, someone said it's called reading with subtitles, and super good for my brain, because if I just listen to a book, I lose track of time and I have to go re-listen to a few times. But if I just read the book, then I'm like, I can't read. It's funny. Numbers, my thing. Words, not quite. But readings with subtitles, it's like, I think I use the term like biking on a treadmill. It's like you just have to kind of hold on and it's going to keep pace for you. But you don't really have to do that much effort. I said that more eloquently the other day. What'll be really cool is with this tool having a first page that click through a YouTube video to how to use it. I like the way it's written. Nice. Yeah, in my senior Dr. White class, we had to read it, and then we had weekly quizzes on all the stuff, and it was like down to like, I'm not gonna spoiler alert for you, but there were certain big key events, and it'd be like a niche subtopic of the event. Last thing I would suggest for you, Matt, is as you read through listen and read through the book, you should highlight or like sticky note or like write in it of like thoughts. Or what I do when I read is I have and this is like really neurotic, but I love being able to read with friends basically. So this is really whack. But for instance, when I was reading the book, People You Meet on Vacation, like I would take notes as I was reading. There's one part where I was like, what? I was so mad. But yeah, even like my Kindle notes, and then I transpired them over. Now that looks crazy. Sometimes in my original notes for like, yeah, all of these actually look kind of crazy when I look back at them. But yeah, normally it's like chapter 3, here's a thought, you know? And if any of those are embarrassing, they're on the internet forever now. Riding a bike on a treadmill. Yes, thank you. I think I was talking to you about that. Yeah. Okay, storage. Now, the thing about this is billable storage, palette stored is actually something that needs to be related to the palettes on hand. So it's not about cases on hand. This needs to be connected up here to ending inventory, because that's what matters. Cases on hand. Then that translates into monthly billable palettes, which then can be summed up like, okay, over the next X amount of months, that could be this much money. Yeah. Yep. I think I need to align all of these numbers. I'm getting tweaked out with the middles. Right. I hate to say it, but I might need to put in some grid lines. Okay. Cases on hand, not cases produced. Billable pallets stored. Perfect. Okay, storage is good. Whoops. Oh, I forgot I made these toggle on and off depending on if they utilized it, which I could still do up here. Yeah. Yeah. Which same thing is if they're not using our storage. Oops. Yeah. Maybe they're... I don't think that's going to make a lot of sense. Also, if you didn't know, if you do Windows period, it brings up the emoji. Windows period brings up the emoji keyboard. Pretty cool. And I think Windows H brings up like the voice recorder. Not that you would need that very often, but I was, and this sounds dumb, but I didn't want to have to use Claude on my phone to voice transcript in. So I didn't want it to be the voice feature of Claude. I just wanted to like voice transcribe what I was saying. So if you do Windows H, I think, let's see. Yeah, I was right. Windows H, oops, I can't use two audios. Windows H brings up the like voice transcription thing. So what I like is sometimes I'm like in to type. Oh, hi mom, nice to see ya. Big news. Reggie has made an appearance and I used it at work today. It was super funny. I'm gonna retell the joke now because I have both parts. So we had a real actual client, or like a real actual industry person today, and he was like, oh, do you have a business card? And it's like, I made Matt go get my bag just so I could say, oh, my assistant's got my business cards. And I was like, Reginald? And then I pulled my business cards out. But anyways, he's a big hit, so thank you for buying that for me. And then in other birthday news, tubing mascara from my girl Ashley. Super excited about it, and that will be worn on the next stream. But anyways, today we are building client calculator. But yeah, big news. If you do Windows period, the emoji calculator, the emoji and GIF keyboard comes up, which is so cute. I don't really need that to be... Yellow should be only marked for like things that I'm actually using. So this is where I kind of want it, like, if they're not... Maybe I just like automatically think that they're storing with us, because if not, they're just store somewhere else. And then they could just enter what they want. Yeah. Cool. Those should not be those numbers. But Mom, what kind of big projects do you have? What kind of fun things do you have going on? Hello, Caleb. I think. Okay, pallet storage. Accomplished. Production, basically accomplished. Pallet shipping. Oh wow, thank you. My Excel skills right now, this is what I would call like guerrilla style of just like GUER. Who could be sure how to spell the rest of that word? And so this is like machete through the forest, just trying to get stuff done in the next 13 minutes. Diamond painting. Ooh, do you have any pictures of the diamond paintings you want to share with the group, Mom? I also need to do my journals for today, but alas. Okay. So with the fulfillment section, because this is like the closest to forecasting they're gonna get, these are all gonna be like user entered numbers. And I want to put them kind of in order. Unloading, shipping. So unloading. And this is projects that could be done in the warehouse. Preparing for something. That is more of a monthly kind of service. And what I like about what I did last week was I changed this to be if this equals 12, or if it equals 24, gray it out, but if it equals 12, and you can't actually click into it because if it's a 24 pack, then you would be only shipping in 24s, but if it's a 12 pack, you'd only be shipping in 12s. And realistically, for all of the 12s and 24s are getting shrink wrapped anyway, so it's kind of like assumed. And if like it's very, very, very unlikely that they're going to opt out of that, or they could just delete the cells. So saving them a step. Usually people are not going to be using this, but if they want to. Oh, Mom, just text me a picture and I'll show it. These are more to just tell them that we have those ideas. I'm going to put that at the very end, though. Okay, structurally, I like what's going on here. Whoa, let's relax, brother. Quoted per project. Whoa. I'm thinking about getting a plugin to OBS to be able to see what keyboard shortcuts I'm using, because I'm flying around in here and not often am I going to be like Control A, Control D, Control left bracket to this thing. So if you think that would be helpful or interesting to see, you let me know. And if not, zero worries. Don't even worry about it. I think I'm going to make this a collapsible, similar to up above. So for instance, like for, Oh my gosh, cool. So if you guys aren't familiar with diamond paintings, essentially it's kind of like paint by numbers, but instead you're like sticking these. Are you super gluing, or how do you attach them to this? But essentially there is, let me zoom in on it. But essentially you just stick all of these little diamonds onto a little painting. And so this one will be like, it looks like the Wicked Witch, like a Wizard of Oz. And then you stick the little gems, and then eventually it's this big sparkly beautiful thing. How fun. That's gotta be good for the brain, like just like going along. Also, I need to admit some sins. So speaking of like repetitive fun things to do, there's this game called Car Match, and if you don't play games on your phone, don't download it. You shouldn't. So I've been playing, there's only 610 levels, and you might be saying, Amber, what do you mean only 610 levels? I got through the first 100 so quickly that I was like, I could do another 500. So I'm on level 489, and essentially it's just this little app where you click and you match cars together. Don't quit your day job, Toots. Yikes. Like, I must finish this game soon because it's consuming my life. Okay, we're back on subject. We got 7 more minutes. We're gonna get so much done. Okay. Truck unloading fee. We just changed that, I thought. Truck unloading fee. Palletized. Pallet unloading. Okay, different. The ads are unbearable. Oh my gosh, Caleb, thank you for seeing me and seeing my heart, because those ads are so horrific. And it's really only when you get losing, like if you're winning, you don't watch any ad. And honestly, the only time you have to watch ads is if you want to like re-level up or whatever, or like if you want to like get more lives, which, what are we doing? But yeah, I watch and that's what I like about this game, is that if you're winning, no ads. They don't bother you. But if you want to like keep playing and not pay money, because like, don't pay money for this. Do not pay money for this. But if you want to keep playing, then you watch an ad. But sometimes, and so I actually, you know what? This is something that's deep in my heart right now. So these ads, there's like 3 versions of ads. There's like just don't lose. Exactly. And honestly, if you think hard enough, sometimes you can, like, I think for the first 200 levels, you can get through without losing. Like, that's pretty good. And they also give you sometimes like unlimited lives. And this is, I'm going to crash out for a few minutes on this. It's completely unrelated to what we're doing today. I am happy with how much progress that I got done, and I'll probably stick around after I'm done ranting about this to get that tool done, because I'm very close. But anyways, so there's a few different types of ads, and this is I'm going to put my flagpole down. If you're there's some ads that you get to play the game. Like, let's say there's like an idle movie theater game, and you could walk your little person around and do tasks. Fine. I'll play that for the duration of time and then skip through it to like get to the other side. Great. I'll do those. But if you advertise a game like that, and then you download the game that is in the ad, and then you get into that game in the App Store, and then you download it on your phone, and the game is fundamentally different than what was in the ad, you are so dead to me. That is so messed up, because you already made a game for an ad. You already fundamentally coded the game to exist in reality, but then the app that you're like selling on the App Store is not actually the same. Like Gossip Harbor, I'm so sorry I'm name dropping, but like they will advertise one game, but then you'll get into the game and it's a completely different thing. So Gossip Harbor, you're dead to me. The ads where they fail in the level in obvious ways. Yeah, literally. And then there's some ads that is just a playing video, but it'll point to parts where you need to like click on it. Like it'll say click here, so you click there, and then it goes to the App Store, and it's like but it looks exactly like the other games where you can actually play a little bit of the game beforehand. You're also dead to me. Like, I know you already, false marketing is so bad. And yeah, no, so those ads, dead to me. But there's some ads that I'm like, I'm playing like the little game in the ad, and then I think the smartest of the ads is the one where you're, you know, walking the thing, you're doing tasks in this little ad, and then right when you're about to get to like the next level in that little ad, it goes, all right, come download the app. And I'm like, you know what? I will, because I had a lot of fun in this ad experience. That's what I have to say about those freemium damn apps. Anyways, I needed to get that off my chest. After playing 487 levels of a really dumb game that is really meant for you to just spend money on, I needed to get it off my chest. And I'm so excited. When I finish, I will post about finishing all 610 levels. What I'm really hoping is that we get to 610 and they're not like, all right, you've just unlocked another 600. I might die. I will be done with the game at that point. Don't quit your day job, Toots.
Yikes.
No. Do not worry. I will always find my way back to Excel. But yes. And for anyone who tunes in for the hour, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to stick around for probably another 15 and try to knock out as much as I can with this. Because what I found is as soon as the hour ends, my motivation falls through the floor. So speaking of which, I, to create more professional and creative accountability, I want to be surrounded with people I am deeply inspired by. So I'm creating a Discord called She's Got Projects, which is a women's digital makerspace. Because when you think of a makerspace, you're thinking lathes and 3D printers and wood shop, and you think that. And I want to be able to talk to other female video editors, content creators, video, like graphic designers, like people doing projects, people doing diamond project, like the little diamond art, like people who are doing projects, because women have so many different projects going on at all times. And I want somewhere for us all to come together to talk about stuff we're working on and not have like, and I want it eventually to be like a skill sharing place where kind of a matriarchal skills soup. But it's called She's Got Projects. If you're interested, let me know and I will drop the link. I'm currently just building it and it looks like it's okay right now, but that's a side project that I'm going to be building here shortly. Okay. Anyways, if you're tuned in just for the hour, thank you for coming. If you want to hang out a bit, I'm just going to be working on Excel. And if you have things that you're working on right now, feel free to leave it in the chat. And as I'm talking about ads, my mom's playing Mahjong and like watching my video at the same time, which I will say, honestly, is the best way to watch my live stream, is like play a game in the background. You can make me full screen on YouTube and then like exit out and it'll like mini player me. So mom, that's iconic that I'm the ad on Mahjong now. Okay. Let's get serious. Wow, oh my gosh, what a beautiful angel queen princess girl. Man, you guys are too good to me. I'm gonna use that all the time. Okay, I'm back in. Craft circle. That's exactly what She's Got Projects will be, as a craft circle. Truck unloading fee. Palletized. Oh. I remember what I was doing. I remember. It's in my head now. That is what I was doing. Caleb, if you're still here, I'd love to hear what you use Excel for. Are you a frequent user? Do you just use it for fun? What do you do for work? What's your social security? Just kidding. Don't put that in the chat, please. Because knowing me, I would take that seriously. Palletized. Typed and deleted. See, I almost got you. That would have been horrific. I think I also need to put some of these things in language that the client would use. So like, for instance, if they put trucks unloaded, it's not like they would be unloading the truck. So number of trucks they sent to Good Trade Depot would be more like they wouldn't have to think that hard about what that actually means. So work and home budget. I'm an accountant. Ooh. Okay, side note for accountancy. Do you have a software you guys usually use, or are you mostly in Excel? Like, what softwares are you normally using for accounting? Because currently we're using QuickBooks. Don't love it, don't hate it. It's nice to keep things categorized. Oh my gosh, Caleb. Oh my gosh. I didn't know it was you. Oh my gosh, blessed. I'm so glad you're here. I haven't seen you in like 10 zillion years. And if I just spilled your name, Beans, I apologize. Didn't you guys... Something's happening here. Didn't you guys like build your own software for accounting? Did I make that up? Also, feel free to plug your business in the chat if you'd like. Get you some money. And also, I'm showing off the worst of my Excel skills right now, so I apologize. Labor hours, labor, FTL, let's say if it's one person, 6 hours, 6 per truck, 6 per truck. We're just gonna estimate. I don't like the way I'm doing this. Tax season, I don't want any more business. Fair. Speaking of which, I need to send my lady my documents, because That is, at least the end is near. You've got probably another, you're in the final stretch, a month left. Honestly, God bless, I just looked that up because I assumed if I don't get my stuff to her by April 1st, she's gonna throw me in the river. QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Textbook, then Drake for Text. Nice. I need to set up, because we just changed our pricing, I need to set up like all of the like income buckets. That's on my list still. Okay, I'm gonna focus. The unloading matters a little less. $200 extensions. Whew. Oh, tax season persists until like June. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially with like, oh, the extensions. Those extensions. Yeah, I imagine that's true. I don't want that. For our production clients, this is not going to be as useful, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. Ashley did some crazy stuff while we've been on the stream. So I like to share wins in the community, and our girl Ashley put together a cat space toilet. I love it. That's so high tech. That's amazing. Okay. I need to finish this. I'm going to. With all of the others, it's like choices and then price. Choices and then price. I'm so glad that you used this hour to get that done. That's so good. I am so proud of you, Ashley. Ashley, also, speaking of which, Mama J will be at the birthday extravaganza weekend. So you'll get to meet the Mama J in person. How exciting is that? Also, speaking of which, I have a goodie bag, a goodie bin, Easter basket, if you will. Okay. Cost. I'm getting a little backwards on myself because I want to stay consistent on like, okay, here's our choices and then the prices below. I think I just have to put the costs in line. Nope, I don't think that... I think I have to put it below. Oops, let's start at the beginning. This times that. So then they can see the impacts of their decisions immediately. Yeah, I don't like that I'm doing it this way, but that's okay. Black, 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 black. Choice, costs, total. Choice. Choice, costs. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm aligned to my own decision now. I don't super love it, because if they don't need it, then... And I think... And I don't like that a right-aligned number, like dollar amount, and a right-aligned just number don't match. And I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I can. Let's see. I can. Wait a minute. Huh? Why aren't you like that? Dollars, 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 dollars. Now it's back the other way. I know this is a small thing, but I want all of my, like, zeros to line up. Oops. Not what I meant to do. But I don't want them to be, because that's not a choice. Yes, it is. Oh, what have I done? Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm having a small stroke, but that is okay. Oh, because it was accounting earlier and I didn't notice. Okay. I don't like the dollar being so far away from it. Ugh. That's okay. That's okay. The little things. But what I do like about the accounting one is if it's zero, it's a like dashed line, which I do like, but I like that all my zeros line up now. They're gonna reformat whatever way they want. I kind of also want, if they're not gonna use it, that these are all just automatically zero. But I don't want to freak them out if it's not. We'll see. That's fine. Not overbuilding. Now, I'm not going to have the palettes automatically add into what's up here, because the palettes might be of like shipping material or something. So I'm not worried about that. Maybe I should. Because if they're shipping in pallets, we would need to warehouse them anyway. I think we'll have to add up to that. That's too bad. Cases created, cases sold. Storage. Storage fees, which means I would need to add in like a little corkscrew situation of pallets that have entered in that month. That's what I'm thinking, Mom. But this will be a blue, so they don't touch it. What color did I use? Blue. And that comes from palettes sent to... Little annoying, but that's okay. It's a basic calculator. But that's nice. So then if they do be like, oh, I'm shipping in pallets from over here that is not created on site. Okay. I'm aligned to my own plan. Okay, cool. Total. Pallets, trucks, Okay, inbounds. I'm going to say that these are projects like things that would be out of the normal day-to-day scope. Because if it's just like a straight 12 pack, we're going to make it for that. And then if they want us to do these side projects, then we can do that separate. Okay. Side note, is there anything you guys are working on in Excel that you would want to see in future weeks? Feel it with your heart. Storage fees. Dollars. Storage. The only thing they'd edit here. And those are editable. Which would come from the other tab anyway. Whoops. Not what I wanted to do. Because they can't edit that. They could edit this. That's output. They could change this. They could change that. Yellow is good. Yellow's good. Yep, that works the way I think it will. Not a choice they have. Inbounds, outbounds, e-commerce. Okay, so this is where they would choose. And this, they wouldn't be choosing how many of each. It would just be how many they think are going to happen. So they'd put in like, okay, I think 50 orders. 5, 5, 10, 100, 50, 65, 78, 17. This is literally how some people forecast. Okay. Equals. If this equals true, this times that. That's 0. Lock it down. Lock it down. And those are the shrink wrap fees. I need to add another choice above. I need to be consistent with like, this isn't number of cases, this is just cases. So I'm just going to say cases. And this is black. And this realistically is here. Oh, I forgot a total here too. Total inbounds fees. Which should be low because normally we're producing in-house, so like not a big deal. Total inbound fees. I think those should be green because it's total. I don't want to muddy it up. What you might realize about this is that it's a very expensive business to be in. It's very expensive. But if you at the end, when you compare, like if your MSRP is like enough to support it, but these are a lot of the like you could see how many details go into just getting a product out the door. Okay. We're gonna Now, the tough part about number of cases shipped out is sometimes people ship out pallets that are less than full. And those have to get individually shrink wrapped as well. I don't know how I want to do that. Don't know how I want to do that. D17. Might get a little spooky in the middle of there. Yeah, it's gonna get a little spooky in the middle of there. Because if they, like, the pallets aren't described to, like, what kind of pallets they're storing. So, like, if they ship in, and I should put in some more detail on that, but this is already going to overwhelm a lot of our business owners. So I'm like, because that's when it starts to get to customize for individuals. I'm gonna say cases on hand. Because then they know how many cases they could send out. So if I put, for instance, new rule. Mom, great point. It does give them a jumping off point. At least they know what questions to even be considering and asking. So You're right. Greater than. So if you didn't know, you can do this and then change it to not be like dead set on that cell, so that you can drag it, which is nice. Well, that's not what I hoped for. Oh, it thinks it's bigger than J. Whoops. That's not what I meant either. J $82. There we go. That's what I meant. Wait a minute. They're all applied to J82. Okay, we're deleting that rule. Okay. Trying it again. Highlight cells. Greater than. This. Completely turning off any locking. Perfect. So then they'd know, like, if I'm producing in that month, I don't have anything to send out, so I would have to change my estimated pallet ship out as 0. But similarly, there should be something similar here. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oops. Oops. There. Oops. What have I done? There we go. Let me do something similar here. Because actually pallets, they could send out 100 pallets with 1 item on each, but they wouldn't do that. I'm going to delete that one. Number of cases shipped out. Greater than this. Unfilter. Perfect. It's not what I wanted. Love you so much, Mom. Thank you for coming. Have the sweetest of dreams. Perfect. Okay, that's a little confusing, but it'll be fine. This, based on number of cases shipped. Great, because they still need to be shrink wrapped. Great, pallet shipping equals this times that. We are so close to being done, guys. F. Nice, and this is not an editable situation. Need to clear the rules. And if we coordinate the shipment, we charge an admin fee. But that would be per shipment. For now, we'll just say it like this. I don't super love it. Almost done. Because then, technically, you could just... Is it plus? Right there. You could shrink all of this. You could shrink it all so that you could see all of your fees just up against each other. But I'll do that in a cuter page anyway. I don't love all the pluses and minuses. I think I'll probably just get rid. Oop. That's not what I meant to do. Ah. Eee. Whoa. Whoa. None of that. Back to range. Oh, I'm kind of annoyed I did that. Clear formats. Have no fear, we can fix this quickly. Total. Yellow. Fees. Okay. Crisis averted. Oof. I'm going to leave these as kind of generalized number places that they can adjust. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna delete that for now. And then the cases sold would be that and this. Which would then show them, okay, if I plan to sell this much here, it'll result in red inventory here. Nice. That's what I wanted. So then that would encourage them, okay, maybe I need to make 1,000 here. 5,000? So then they can kind of play with their inventory of like, oh, if I plan to sell this much, here's when I need to... Good. Okay. It's 8:40. Oh my gosh. I was like, I'm going to spend 15 more minutes on this. I don't know if you guys have experienced flow state before when you're like mumbling to yourself, but that was that. So here's a gentle overview of what the hell I just did. So essentially, pricing. We've got all of our prices, and then they can go into the basic cost estimator, and they can see if I'm starting this time period, which I did not make it fully adjustable for like how long the periods are, but that's fine. If I'm starting with 0 cases on hand and I produce 83, and I'm going to say edit in row 27. Edit in row 73 and 84. What is happening? My keyboard is so slow. Okay, so they know where they can edit it, and it says how much they plan to create, how many they plan to sell, and it kind of gives them the revolving of what their inventory is doing. And then it also totals up then they can estimate their ingredients, and even ingredients they can put their subcomponents of what it all costs, which will be built out later, to expect production fees, which then let's leave a little room for Jesus. Okay, so then they can say storage. If they're storing 78 cases, there's this many per pallet. That's the number of billable pallets. And then if they ship in pallets, that will tell them their storage fees. And then if they intend on storing cold, they can put those in there. And that will give them their total storage fees per month. Which the weird part is, wait a minute. If negative, okay. If this is greater, less than 0, 0, else this. No, I shouldn't edit it inline. I should say I should put 2 rows. Theoretical and real, because this would be if this is... My keyboard is lagging. I've never seen this before. If what is going on? Less than 0, 0. Else this block. Oh my god, what's happening? Okay, Excel might be giving up on me, but I think... Oh my god. Yes. Because then if you can't have negative inventory, so then I don't want our storage fees to be based on negative inventory, but this can show them theoretically you would be negative this much. But it's not being taken into consideration for the inventory corkscrew. Cool. Okay. Cool. Number of pallets on hand. Great. Now, the number of pallets shipped in does not carry over month to month. Totally fine. That's whatever. We'll deal with that later. Storage fees. Wonderful. Great. Inbounds. We can say how many palletized trucks we plan on. That's great. Totals that up. That works as intended. For floor loaded, which is very uncommon, but could happen. They at least know about it. Pallets being shipped, then that would be that, which is great. Number of pallets shipped in, which is how we got this number up here. God, I'm so good. Okay. E-commerce unit sales. 5555, whatever. Pick, pack, fulfillment. Shrink wrapping. Wonderful. Shipping is not something that we charge, but is something that they need to be aware of. Cool. That's why they don't have boxes, because we don't pay for those things. Cases on hand. Great. And if the estimated shipped out, which doesn't have any warrant on anything, which is fine. Number of cases shipped, then is red if it's more than what we have on hand. Delish. 24 packs, 12 packs. Great. Pallet shipping. Wonderful. Shipment coordination. They can Oh, okay. If this equals true, that L0. I need to lock it. Pop it, lock it, polka dot it. Country fry and hip hop hip. Put your hawk in the sky. Move side to side. Jump to the left, stick it, glide. Also, Tuesday is the Hannah Montana 20-year anniversary. Get excited. D. J's good. F's good. Okay, so if they toggle that on. What have I done? Oh. What is happening? Huh? Yeah, my computer's lagging crazy. Okay, that's good. And then if not, all 0. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Technically, this should work the same way as that one. That's fine. And then this, if they use it, will then toggle. And they can put whatever they want. Okay, great. I'm spent. This has been sponsored by Night Shift Energy. Not really. But like my ability to get that done is because this shit makes me smarter. Can't tell you why. 3 sips. We're a genius. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. I'm so glad I got that done. At least now it's in a place where I could give this to a client and they could say, here's how I would use it. I can get feedback. I can make it better. And then now for people who work with us, like they're now 15 steps closer to being able to prove to an investor, like, hey, here's why I might need money for these things just to get my foot off the ground, and like how then they can make way educated decisions on their pricing because they can see every single different little thing that could possibly cost them money. Maybe not perfect, but directionally accurate. And I was watching the Unpivot podcast earlier, and they had a discussion about 100% accurate versus directionally accurate. And I would say this is going to get people 75% of the way in terms of cost estimation. And then they have more time to kind of make sales plans, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not going to tell you where and how to sell things, but I will help you estimate the costs on how those things happen. Now, things that aren't included here that I think would be helpful for a client to understand is if they're working with a distributor, what their distributor percentage is, and actually that's perfect. I will do that. If they're working with a distributor, they're like, KHE has certain percentages and commissions, and salespeople, like there's different commission structures for different, there's, how to describe, let me pause the music. Things that are missing from this tool is commission structures for distributors and sales and marketing. Not quite included here, but this is going to get, at least with the GTD realm of the world, a lot of things. And then people can just add their own like rows and columns to this as they please. But yes, my peanut gallery. Wow, oh my gosh, what a beautiful angel queen princess girl. So yes, thank you guys for coming. And then next week, now that this is accomplished, this is the first task I've actually accomplished on engineering improv. Again, 2 hours late and a week and 2 hours late, but whatever. We got some stuff done, and I think people are going to really like this. Or at least when I do financial models for clients, it's going to save me a lot of time. Anyways, okay, I will TTYL, and I never know when this is going to stop. So, bye.